Hi, my name is Pete Reed from Illuminate ICT. What I want to do today is to have a look at how we can actually build a custom template when we're using Google presentations. Now, when we do a fair amount of training and we start to use Google much more than PowerPoint these days, it's nice to be able to have a presentation style that is recognized by the people you're delivering the training to or the corporate message to. So what we've got is we've built a small presentation that will just take you through those steps. So we start out by going across to Google. Now here, as you can see, I'm into Google and I'm signed in. You can see it says plus PJ there in the corner. So all I need to do is come across to the 9-pack, and these are the commonly used apps that I use, and I'm going to come down onto Google Drive. So here's my Google Drive, and all I'm going to do now in Google Drive is I'm going to come down onto where it says New and select Google Slides. Now the first thing that Google Slides asks you to do is to choose the format, the theme that you would actually like. Now what I'm going to do is I always start out with the Simple Light theme because it's the easiest one to mess about with. So I'll just select that and say OK. So here we've now got the Simple Light theme ready for me to use. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click onto where it says Untitled Presentation so I can name the presentation, and I'm going to call this my training theme, and OK. So this is now called my training theme, and what I'm going to do now is go to Slide and edit the master. Now here we've got the master slide that we can see. The top one here, any changes I make to this one will reflect in all of the other slides that we've got. Now, as you can see, this is using the Arial font. So if I click onto here, it will tell me that it's using Arial. Now, I'm not a fan of Arial. I prefer Verdana. So I'm going to click onto here and choose Verdana. In the same manner, I could go through each of these levels and change the fonts as well. However, if I click on the box, then I can change all of those fonts at the same time to Verdana. Now what that means is that now every piece of text that's formatted inside of this document will actually be using the Verdana font. The second thing I want to do is to change the backgrounds. Now if I change the background at this level, then every slide will have the same background, and I don't want that. I want a different background for my title slide than I do for my other slides. So what I've done is I've selected my title slide, and then I'm going to go to where it says background, and then I'm going to choose an image. Now I've got a couple of images on Google Drive that I've already created. So there it is. I'm going to use that one and select. After a few seconds that will come in. Now that this image was created using Photoshop, but again I could have actually used all sorts of other different packages. And indeed, if you're looking at wanting to create styles for themes, for presentations, for your YouTube gallery, for anything like that, I'd have a look at canva.com. Canva.com is a great little source. So here I've now got my text, and I've got my click to edit master substyle text here. Well, I don't like their positioning. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to highlight this text, and I'm going to change that from 48 down to 36. And then I'm going to move that up and then back down again so that I can actually see the text, but it's not taking up too much space. I'm then going to move this second set of text up so that I can read that. And I don't like that grey, so I'm going to take the grey out, and I'm going to change the colour of the font to something that approximately matches that sort of red colour there. So there we go. Now I'm quite happy with that. That gives me a nice piece of text to use as my style for my headings, and so I can actually use that for every week of a training course that I'm currently planning for people. Okay, here I've now got my secondary styles. Now I could go through each of these individually and create a different style for every single one of these. I am far too lazy for that. I'm quite happy to use the same style. So all I've done is I've held the shift key down and clicked each one individually to select them all. and I'll go into background, and then I'm going to choose an image, and I'm going to choose my background slide JPEG which I've created for this, and again I'm going to select, and there it is. It now flows into place, and I can click onto done. And so there we are. I've now got a slide that's ready for me to use. Now what I would do now is, if I come back across here onto the image in the corner, the thumbnail, I can click onto that and I can see that my slide is ready for me to start to use. And if I go to slide, new slide, then my secondary level slide is also in the right format and ready for me to go. I would now just create a new theme called training theme, or a new slide called training theme, and I would always just come back to using this one as the foundation for my things. So I'd open this one, rename it, and then carry on and create a new presentation. Okay, so there we go. That's how to build a custom template in Google. And if you want to get in touch or ask me any questions, you can drop me an email. My email is down here at the bottom, or you can get in touch with me on PJ Reed on Google+, IICT Pete on Twitter, or indeed I'm just in the process of developing a website, Ask Pete a Question, where any questions that I get asked will be answered so that people can just go and find them. Oh, by the way, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll look forward to talking to you later. Cheers then.